Hi guys, how are you?
Hey, Rachel, doing well, thanks.
To start, we can just one of you start and we'll have fun. You
Okay.
guys are for the most part stuck in JFK, which feels like my nightmare of a situation to just be in JFK all day. But I know it's a set and not the actual JFK, but for you guys, what was the little detail of this set that really made you be like, oh, this does kind of remind me of the airport?
I like that one. That's a cool question. They had the yellow terminal signs that they have in JFK, right, KeiLyn? They got those. That
Yeah.
that was the first thing that really stuck out to me. I was like, damn, that's really good. And all in the Hudson News,
Mm.
you know, newsstand, and they really nailed it with that.
That's what I was going to say. The newsstand and the those chairs that like sort of sit, and you either got to awkwardly face some stranger who's also miserable, or just watch people pass you by.
Oh, that I loved the apple. I was like, even though it's not in the right place for where the apple is, I do
Sure.
like the apple got a shout out on this show. I was
Yeah.
like, there it goes, it's rolling. But I also really like how, as much as this is like a comedy with outrageous moments like the apple rolling down the terminal, you guys also get to play these characters who are complicated and make decisions that make you kind of go, why are they making that decision? But I also care about them enough to see why they're doing it. For you guys, what is the most exciting part about getting a character that isn't perfect and has all of these flaws that you guys get to explore in this kind of darker, more realistic comedy?
Man, if we don't have the flaws, there's no work to do, you know? And part of being an actor is solving puzzles. And one of those puzzles is the complexities of your character and trying to find this through line and make an arc. So it's fun, and it's particularly fun seeing that this is a comedy that has a lot of drama in it. So KeiLyn and I were discussing earlier with someone about being able to play and to be in a genre that is primarily funny and then dive into that dark side, that drama is just is pretty magical experience.
Yeah, I agree. Just to piggyback off of that, that's the good stuff. As an actor, that's the fun stuff. It makes the work more fruitful and enjoyable to sort of lock into a three-dimensional character who, sure, they're flawed and they make mistakes, but like so is everyone else that you see walking around. So if you're playing someone who is one or two-dimensional and doesn't have those things going on, they're not fun to play, not as fun to play, and certainly not as fun to watch and enjoy.
Yeah, and also it's very interesting to me on the show because I'm a millennial who shipped everyone under the sun when I was watching shows growing up. And so with this show, it's like every single new man that comes in to Melissa's life, I'm like, interesting. I could see that. Interesting. I could see that. And then like as the show goes on, it all kind of shifts. And I'm like, well, now I don't know anymore. When you guys are playing, the quote unquote like supporting male leads and like the men who we get to kind of have those thoughts about, what for you guys is the most fun of knowing that like someone on the internet's gonna really, really, really love like one couple versus another idea of a couple?
Yeah, it's fun. I've been asked just walking around, but also in situations like this, am I team Terrence or team Alex? So, and I can't honestly objectively say because I could see an argument for either way, but um, it's just fun, as actor and as character, knowing that that is going to be a potentiality, a possibility.
Yeah, I actually did not think about that until you asked that question. I think that's going to be so cool to see that Team Alex, Team Terrence. We got asked the question personally, but yeah, there's going to be like some possible like fan clubs of
Yeah.
of of those ships.
And
That's cool.
hate clubs. People are going to love to hate both
And
of
the hate
us.
club. Oh my
Yeah,
God. Oh yeah, I've had plenty of that. We pay the price often now in the world of Twitter for uh,
sure.
for what we do in our character roles. It's fun. Keeps it interesting.
Well, that's what makes this show so interesting to me is because at first I was like, oh, this poor girl, she has a crush on a guy, and like, da, da. And then as the show goes on, I'm like, wait, what decisions was she making? And like everything kind of just like it keeps shifting. And I think that's so cool for you guys as actors when you have a show that like, the audience is going on that journey of seeing how these characters all made these decisions and how they all ended up kind of where they are when we're watching them. How was it for you guys kind of getting to learn all of that when you were reading the scripts? Did it really did you have to change your original approaches to these characters, or were you always kind of aware?
I'm sorry, I missed the first part. Aware of what particularly?
Like how we learn things as the audience later on in the show about characters, but
Ah,
in the beginning, like we don't know those things.
yeah, yeah. I
That's the fun part of being an actor. I come from the theater where, you know, there's no cut, there's no action. You step on stage and you tell the whole story, you tell the full arc. So you have to bring to it a willful ignorance. Like, even though as KeiLyn, I know what's going on in the next scene, I have to punch this person or kiss this person, or whatever the case may be. But in this scene, in this moment, none of that exists yet. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And so you have to bring a willful ignorance. And so, as far as just reading the paper, man, I couldn't, same like you watching it, I couldn't put it down. What happens next, kind of thing. But now that becomes part of the work, is just to be sort of willfully ignorant, but live in the moment and just enjoy it as much as and as truthfully as you can.
on the
And
gospel.
that therein lies the comedy and the drama.
Mm-hmm.
In gospel they say that God can't reveal to you what He has in store for you, otherwise you mess it up along the
Sure.
path. And I feel the same way with scripts. I like to not know what the heck is going to happen because I want to take the journey of the audience, the same journey, And if I don't want my behavior to be influenced by something that I know that's going to happen, because I feel like I'm in that boat with them. So it's great. It's you find out, to answer your question, you get a new script and it has something that's different or that throws you. That's just fun. It's just fun, and you got to make it make sense. Maybe it didn't
Yeah.
make sense. Yeah, I got examples of that on shows where I did character turns into something completely different. You got to figure that out. You got to make
Yeah.
the audience believe that this was you the whole time.
Yeah. And
That's fun.
justify something even though you were wrong about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't wait for everyone to get to see the show so we can all talk about it. But thank you guys so much for talking with me today.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thank
Pleasure.
you. Great one.